bulk joining the review on Wednesday, and Professor is already aware about the token which we will be reviewing. And at the same time, we have Tinky and Randy, which I would love as well them to jump in and share about the news and new experiments recently that they've been doing with Checker. Some of you already heard some news, but I will leave them more to share about what they have been working on. And then we'll have as well Captain, which will give us as well some updates around NoSh in general. So yeah, I will immediately leave it to Randy and Tinky and share some. Yeah.
So I just want to say that both Tink and I, and Professor too, was definitely heavily involved too. We made a lot of good headway on this. And once you start seeing, Tink's going to show, I believe she's going to show her screen and what she's done today. And this is just scratching the surface, guys. Trust me, this is not by any means the end all. But when you see it, you'll be like, wow. All right, I'll leave it to Tink to show right now.
The possibilities are endless. Right, I have no idea how, okay, it works. Right, okay, I can share only. Many of you would like to see the checker, but I want to show you something. What if the checker was inside PancakeSwap? So let's say I want to buy this new token that's been, hyped recently. I do not know anything about this token, but I'm just going to click on it and see what happens. Oh, look. There's a NoSh warning, because this token may actually be a rug pull. So this is an extension that uses the Professor and Randy's checker backend to run automatically every time somebody selects a token on PancakeSwap. So if you see what happens when I select NoSh, it's a little slow, but don't worry. There's no warning because NoSh is safe. So this means that when we publish the Chrome extension, this can be available piggybacking on the checker for all users for now. So there you go. This token is a real,
And can you show the UI now and the standard UI?
The standard checker UI.
The checker UI, please. Yes.
Right. So,
guys, just by the way, that is a really, really impressive feat. There's no one else out there that's doing what she's showing right there.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe nobody's ever done this before, but we did. So we just gone and did it. Anyway, this is the checker. So obviously I've already searched for something. This is the interface of the checker on desktop, but you can see how it looks on mobile as well. And this is the mobile interface of the checker. What happened to the stats? Something must have changed in my last build of the stats. We don't have any stats. A shame. But yeah, there's supposed to be stats on the count, like a counter of how many tokens we've searched for, but it doesn't seem to be there. Yeah, I just rebuilt it. So
I've seen that. It looks amazing, and maybe you can share the screenshot afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see how many tokens I've already searched for. These is all the tokens that were up for voting. It's Jackpot Universe. I would advise you not to buy this token because it is really not. But by the way, the cool thing is you have the holders table here that shows you the actual holder. So it says, the result says there's an address that owns the 21.8% of this token, and it can drain liquidity. Imagine if this guy, which is unlocked liquidity in a wallet, decides to sell everything. It's a 20% decrease. And if you click on the row, you obviously go on BSC scan and you can verify that this data is in fact correct. This is the holder himself, is not the holders page. If you want to check the holders page, you can click here and you can go directly to the Jackpot Universe token on the holders table and verify that everything that we report is true. So function history basically gives you an overview of what are the functions included in the smart token for the address that you provided. We will add, the professor will add, definitely not me, I just make things look pretty, we'll add the explanations on what each one of these functions does. Obviously, some of them are intuitive, but some of them hide a lot more booby traps than like a naked eye can tell just by reading the name of the function. There are a few functions that already have explanations, but not in this case. You can even look at the source code of a token, and you can actually copy it and just analyze it by yourself. Let's try another one of the tokens that were up for voting.
I think I did not see you had that copy symbol there until right now. Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Nice.
There's this. Yeah, another honeypot. I mean, you can see the reason why we report some tokens as honeypots. This is the added liquidity for this token. It's 0.22%. So obviously, some of the things are going to be clearer than others. We've obviously improved the messaging for each one of the reasons why we report some tokens as honeypot or rug pull. Rug pull is normally a lot easier to figure out. But honeypot, obviously, there has to be a reason why a token is considered a honeypot, because it's not just if you can sell at a certain point in time, if the contract has got functions that will allow, it will block people from selling in the future, then that's considered a honeypot anyway. So there's going to be, obviously, different explanations for the different cases. We don't have any holders in this case.
Yeah, and pretty much if it smells bad, don't go near it.
Exactly. That's the rule of thumb. Like if something is like for example, there's a case where people deliberately hide their ABI, and that's not a good sign, because if they do, there has to be something suspicious happening in the background, even if everything else looks okay. You already know that, so the checks that we perform in the background are, complex. And the backend tries to identify scams in many different ways. I'm unsure whether to click on history, because I don't think the stats are coming. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. There you go. 6 tokens. Oh, maybe it was because I just built. And so, yeah, we have filters as well. If you want to check how many honeypot and rug pull tokens we have found. This is supposed to be clickable. There's something wrong with these stats.
Yeah, I know that was up there before. It was there just before the call.
I know, because I rebuilt, unfortunately. I couldn't rebuild, so I'm not sure what's going on. But okay. It's got a lovely mobile view too, so it's obviously easy to navigate on mobile. Some tokens have got a logo, some tokens don't. But this doesn't depend from us. This information we retrieve it from several different APIs. Tables are you can navigate the tables even on mobile view, so there's not something that's gonna completely kill your user experience. Older table as well. It's normally pretty active. So yeah, this is the checker, and this is going to be available on a simple website. It doesn't have any MetaMask integration so far, so we don't really check if you hold NoSh to be able to use it. However, in the future, it may. We also have just pulled out a little Chrome extension here. Obviously, this is only what is it? This is a local extension. It's not being published yet. We need to publish it with a Chrome developer account, which I'm not going to do because it requires names and addresses and stuff. And I'm just an anonymous member of the development helper. So when that happens, it's not going to be done. But obviously, this needs to be published in order for people to be able to download it from the Chrome web store. The extension works the same thing. The extension is also so this little warning here and this little interface in the box comes from the same extension. So once you install this, you also have automatically your PancakeSwap scam alert. Anyway, this works exactly like the checker. It's a very quick way of determining if something is.
So, Tink, with that Chrome extension, that allows you to see what you're seeing in PancakeSwap, but in the future, it could be in other things as well, such as potentially MetaMask or anything.
Absolutely. Not sure.
Well, maybe not MetaMask. No, not MetaMask.
It's very
but PooCoin potentially. I don't know.
You know what? I wanted to try and make it for PooCoin just yesterday. I haven't gone there. But yes, PooCoin is the next candidate because it's also BSC and is the easiest thing, I think.
I wonder if we could do it into CoinMarketCap.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That could be done as well. I think so. I mean, absolutely. Any website that we can edit the HTML of, so pretty much everything. So obviously we need to be mindful about the calls to our API. But yeah, PooCoin is definitely another good candidate. Where was I? PancakeSwap. So yes.
So as you guys can see, we're not. Yeah, this is real. It's not smoke and mirrors. The real work here, real stuff behind this. So we've definitely provided for the community as community members. So I think this is great. Just like everyone else in this call is also contributing too. We just contribute from the back end. Providing this, you got a lot of the guys that are contributing in marketing and Twitter and everything else out there that are getting the resources here. So let's keep it all up, team. Right?
Thank you. I mean, this is amazing. As you said, both Randy and Tinky, it's and for making it visual for us, and for making it, I think even like we didn't expect some things to happen and some technicalities as you're explaining it now, and possibilities of like NoSh showing even in PooCoin as it showed here and elsewhere. So, and being it correct for what we intended. And thank you for great work to both of you, honestly, and to Professor. I would leave it open to community because I know community has been waiting for this and you were excited. If you have questions, comments, anything, please go ahead. Or is it everybody as shocked as you cannot believe?
No, just asking, trying to get some feedback from the community if they like it so far or what. I'm excited about it. Hopefully it's the same for everyone.
This looks even better. It looks amazing. Great job, everybody.
Thank you, Metanaka.
We don't like it.
Excuse me?
Don't like it. We love it.
Great. I also love it, and I also love the way how Tinky presented it. And I think we can finally we have something like tangible, something that sets us apart, and something that gives us real value. And I'm quite happy, that we are the one doing it, and I'm happy by how we managed to do it with all your help and the help of community. And because NoSh is becoming like a real successful project in a decentralized internet, and I'm also happy because it will help a lot of people, and I can't wait, to see if at some point it will manage to do a difference in the way people invest and it managed to cut off, like the money people lose in scams. And if we protect, if we manage to protect some of people, no matter how big in number they are, I think we made it. We had the success we aimed for. But the way I'm seeing it going, I think we will just keep adding on it and building the whole ecosystem, around the checker, but also other D apps coming. So in case there are no other questions or comments about the new updates and new features in the checker, I would go ahead and address some other concerns that the community shared. So any other comments?
Yes, please.
There are some nice proposals by the community to do a relaunch. A relaunch would mean create a new contract of the token, migrate the existing liquidity and the holders, and prepare it for a pre-sale. And then in pre-sale, we would do a lot of marketing to sell the pre-sale, where we could raise more funds and start with a new slate. Because some of the concerns that people are having with continuing the actual contract is that it fell more than 90% from the all-time high, which means that for new investors who doesn't know the story, who doesn't know what we went through and how things happened, in the first look might seem suspicious. And the other benefit of a relaunch would be that we gain a new momentum of heavy attention, which could help us go to a next level. Also, one of the things that our contract lacks right now is the claim function. Claim function is some kind of function that a smart contract has, which allows people, investors, to claim rewards. For example, one of the things that stops us from completing the prize-winning game in the way how we envisioned it is that if people win some money with the current contract, we have to send them manually what they want. And by just having a prize-winning game, that's not a hard thing to do manually every round. But as we keep advancing our ecosystem, where we have more ways people interact with NoSh and gain more rewards, then that function is necessary. So it's automated. And that function allows people to claim the money, the NoSh they received, to claim directly into their wallets. But at the same time, if we do a V2 launch, then we can add a lot of other functions. We can also have discussions where you guys share with the rest of the community any specific interesting function that you saw on some other token or on some other of your investments. This could be, vesting principles or buyback mechanisms or whatever, it's out there, which has a point. We can discuss it together and create, an open board, or how to call it, on GitHub, where we share the progress of the smart contract, which we would start slowly working on. And then we could include the function on the new smart contract, which would give us value at the same time, because we have a unique smart contract and with a lot of functions and more complex. And but the problem with V2 right now, and I talked with General and with some other community members, is that even though if we might have a successful pre-sale, right now there is no buying power and there are no signs for a market recovery soon. So we might just aim for a successful pre-sale, raise whatever, like 500 or 1,000 more BNBs than we actually have. But then it's unreal to sustain a market and the circulating, like to have the coin circulating if there is no buying power. Right now, the fear index was 25, which is extreme fear. And before that, like yesterday and day before, if you check it, is just extreme fear. And last month is fear. So in a market where people are fearing to invest and people are in defensive mode, we cannot generate the revenues. And we have to understand that in order for someone to make money out of NoSh, let's say like buy cheaper and sell higher, someone else has to lose this money. Like this is the very basic principle of all crypto coins. But this, in order for this to be sustainable, the money has to keep coming constantly. And we managed when we launched NoSh, we managed to do that by using marketing and trending, and we managed to find a system how to keep just going up and up and up. But that happens only when there is a bull market or where the fear index is not that low. Because when we launched NoSh, there was no bull market, but the fear index was different. And the economical situation in the world was different. Another way which would help create sustainability in the price of NoSh is when we start offering possibilities to spend NoSh on the ecosystem, because that would invite people to invest money to be able to use tools for their convenience instead of just investing to sell later. And so V2, we are thinking that it's not very smart to do it like in the near future. And to do a V2, of course, we have to have an open contract. So what we thought of doing, and we can discuss it together, it's not that we make a decision, but we would like to hear your opinion too as well. So we thought of, because some of your concerns were what will happen with liquidity when it gets unlocked. Just to ensure you, the liquidity is not going anywhere, because we don't tend to do anything like to misuse the liquidity, because it belongs to the community. But if we lock the liquidity now for another year, then we have to say bye-bye to the relaunch, because then the existing liquidity would remain in the actual contract, and there will be no way of transferring the same money to existing holders in the new contract. So in order to give safety, like insurance to community, but at the same time not lock ourselves in, we were thinking to lock the liquidity quarterly. So we lock it, like for every quarter. So if we together decide that there is no real chance of a better market, like in December, let's say, we can lock it right now until the end of the fourth quarter, until the end of December. And then as we approach this deadline, we together as a community measure, are we hoping for a better market? Are the things getting better? And if a relaunch would have chances of being successful. If we see that yes, we can do that, then we would start working on marketing and all the rest and prepare for the relaunch. But if the situation is not good, then we will lock it for another 3 months. So we thought of addressing this issue with the relaunch and with the liquidity in this way. And this is a topic open for conversation. We will post a clarified explanation of the benefits and also, what are the downsides. and we can then move to the decision to do it or to change how to do it. And another thing that we were kind of discussing to include in the next contract is to include some kind of voting mechanism, which would be like the first steps of making NoSh a real DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. And with this, we would include in the decision making also the community members, especially these who were invested all this time, by supporting, by tweeting, posting, sharing, inviting people, being active on the chat, people who are working, making videos, doing whatever the contribution is. Also people who are working with the checker and prize winning game and with all the rest. So we would include these people in some bigger decisions that we can make as a community, like deciding how to spend, I don't know, first of all the decisions regarding the contract owner of the smart contract, but at the same time, how we spend maybe treasury fund and other decisions, like we can see what kind of decisions we can include in this DAO concept. Because the idea is that by the time we have this ongoing, we are a fully functioning DAO where everything is defined by smart contracts. And also regarding the for example, what if we have 6 months of bad market or 1 year, like how we are going to sustain the project. So one of the ways how we can generate revenue, even if we are not trending or having a lot of buyers, is by looking at the alternative options like Patreon, offering people a way to support by like symbolic monthly contributions, then use podcasts and make partnerships and stuff like that. And at the same time, me in general, knowing on what kind of industry are we working, we recruited the team in that way that we tried to gather around people who really believe in the project in the long run. So starting from Nick, from Professor, from Serial, and me, General, and also a lot of community members, we are able to be part of the project and keep working no matter the market. And with this team, also one of the new team members that we will present is the architect. She wasn't able to join the call tonight, but soon, maybe this week or next week, she will be part of the call. We will present her and she will show the ideas about to this spaceship and how we plan to make it happen. And we will also include some of the community members in the team. And so in this month, we will present the team that will guide NoSh until the second launch. And at the same time, we will see the service, what kind of service we can offer in the long run, and try to organize even the revenues from these services to be evenly distributed to people who are contributing, in order to show thanks, but also to recruit more people who are willing to be part of the project, keep building on it, and have a fair treatment and a fair approach in return. So I would love to hear your opinions and remind me if I forgot to mention anything.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you for being very honest and giving us all the options and everything that is out there. And I think this is the beauty of this community, because we always want to, before we make decision, we bring it back to the community and we consult with the members. So yeah, thank you for being very open. Please use the momentum and let's hear your thoughts. And we have Professor as well here. Welcome, Professor.
So just to clarify one more thing, this is not a decision. This is just something that we believe it's the best approach, and we are sharing it with you in order to receive your feedback and make a decision together. If we go with this decision, then we will let everybody know. We will explain it on the website, so people are free to decide if they want to still be part of the project or they want to jump.
I mean, whatever happens.
Thank you, Metanakam.
It's sounding like a relaunch is kind of the path we are taking, correct?
It sounds like we think it might be the best option because at some point, the reason why we didn't renounce the contract ownership is because we knew that we're going to change the contract at some point. And we have to change the contract at some point if we want to have our metaverse functioning and the whole ecosystem. And we believe that the best way to do another contract, another migration, is to do a relaunch. But it's not still decided. It's up for discussion.
And it's also the market is not tangent for a good relaunch right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I just wanted to say I am on board for a relaunch. That's why I asked. And I hope we can all put our heads together and figure out how to make it best for this project.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem with the relaunch right now is just the timing. But even if we get forced to postpone, the relaunch, nothing is stopping us from making the project happening and bringing more value for the potential relaunch. We are recording this call and we will share it. Also, we will make a clarified post because I'm sure a lot of other members were not able to join the call, but they would have things to add.
Yeah, definitely. We can as well make polls and on the Telegram group, and because we don't have many members in the group right now. Just to be clear to everybody.
Exactly, and we can invite project owners of different coins who went through the same process, and they can share with us on a call, like what was everything involved in their process, what was the mistakes and benefits. So if we go for that path, we kind of go safely.
Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, again, we can notify on Telegram, and this could be again talk for next week, and we can have more community members if they want directly to speak in. But even in Britain, so let's have it open.
Okay, guys. So what else we have on our agenda, Nick?
If there is no questions and comments on this for the moment, the other part that was an agenda to continue building on this, and as we know, Checker is coming along. We're doing reviews, like we have the next review this Wednesday, and the idea is to keep this momentum as we started on Twitter by bringing new communities and new tokens for possibility to give them a review. And my idea was just as we have a very active team and we're doing very well by contacting their communities, tagging, getting their attention. And as I heard, we will have members from Hulk, this Wednesday coming because they're excited to learn more about the review, which will be done for them. But I thought the idea as well to create other teams in terms of teams that we can look up for partnership, teams that could help us more in marketing, teams, to create from community to focus on social media, because we're doing well, I think, by involving community members as we're doing it right now. And my idea is how do we scale this up? How do we take more ownership? And despite the market and other things that are going on, I think, keeping this momentum is really important. And this is why we're identified, as a community that helps with the reviews and providing the checker and basically cleaning the road, whenever the market is ready to to progress, we already made the road for us. So yeah, and yeah, go ahead, Captain. Yeah,
I thought you were over. I just wanted to add that this initiative that you took with the newsletter and the way Twitter engagement has changed, I think it's also great and can kind of consolidate the community around the information we are releasing, because the Twitter is growing and Twitter is offering a new feature which allows people to subscribe to a mailing list. And Nick came with the idea of having this regular mailing list where in short points we explain what happened last week, share some crypto news, maybe some statistics from the checker and what we've been up to. And this is good because mailing lists usually consolidate the audience from all other networks, because people who are in Telegram, they can sign in. People who are following us on Twitter can sign up, for the newsletter and also in other social media. So in the website, we will also place a pop-up banner offering people to subscribe to the newsletter. And the information we share on the newsletter in constantly in weekly manners will help people kind of have the idea of NoSh better planted in their heads, maybe, to slowly people will start understanding better what's the whole idea about NoSh, what everything is involved.
Thank you, Captain, for adding that. And we have as well the weekly recap, which Biggz is helping us do and following up with other videos of each token. So I think this is good that we have built the momentum. And from next week, I have another a friend, which she will be giving each week a short presentation on the Sphere Index and news, what's going on in crypto world. And she's a friend of mine, so I thought even to add a bit diversity, because I see mostly we have men, but why not finding ways and opening to other people, and simply with some small projects that don't cost a lot, but just to keep ourselves active. And other are welcome, so please.
So the architect is a female, and she's very lovely and very competent. I think we will appreciate her presence in the community.
Great, so we're having some gender balance. And we have Pinky here. So yeah.
Pinky is one of our strongest warriors.
Yes. So yeah, any other comments or thoughts before we close this good call with the community? Everybody's good, having a good day.
I hope you are all as excited as I am.
I am very excited, I have to be honest, and it's because I think we're keeping the ball rolling and in a good way. And I love that, having more community presence and taking ownership is amazing, because that's the whole goal of this project. We said it is and should be community driven. And I love how we're all taking actions. Thank you, Metanakta and Manimukta, for being very active, and Kesuke and Himanshu and Biggz on Twitter and everyone else. So let's keep that spirit.
My pleasure.
Great. So I don't know, Captain or Randy or Tinky, if you have anything else to add. If not, I'm happy to call it a night.
That will be all from my side, and I will be active in the other calls, as much as I can. I will try to be present on all of the upcoming calls.
Thank you, Captain. So thank you, guys. And I'm very excited about Wednesday review. We have Professor. Professor, how do you feel? Good? And I think we're going to be using the checker. So yeah, we're pretty excited. And I think we'll have a bigger group that day waiting to join the review and yeah, part of it. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, and I wish everyone good night.
Everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.